Let's just start off today's video with saying recording YouTube content is nothing like riding a bike. Hey guys, what's going on? My name's Chris, the mic guy, and I just wanted to get started here today to say that COVID and everything that's been going on the past few months, it might have been a while since you've seen a new microphone review come out on this channel, and for that I do apologize. It's been a crazy few months for me, but we've got everything situated I think now, and I think we're going to be back on track, getting ready to roll. Should start seeing regular content once again. Looking forward to being able to provide some good stuff. Starting with today's review on the Maono AU-WM730. This is a wireless lapel kit that they have out that actually works through a 3.5mm port instead of requiring XLR or USB. And again, totally wireless system, which is great for those of you that are early on content creators, vloggers, things of that sort that are trying to find ways to be able to interact with your camera or be able to do more in your surroundings without necessarily being tied down to having a microphone right in front of you. One really neat thing I have to say about the Maono kit is they have this low and high power modes. High power mode for extended range. I haven't really played around with it much. I mean, I haven't needed it, but more than 10-15 feet, and I've not seen any static or anything like that with it. Overall, it just seems like it's a nice little device. When I was preparing for this video, I realized I don't really know a lot about lapel microphones. This was one thing that I was like, how do you test these? How do you really understand exactly what they're doing and how they work? And I figured out ultimately that the biggest thing that I can give you guys is an audio quality test and show you what these different sounds are. So this microphone does have a normal mode, a low pass filter, -10 dB, and a -10 dB with a low pass filter. So I'm going to cycle through those right now just to show you kind of what the differences are there and kind of give you some ideas of how that works. Again, that is on the transmitter portion of that, so you can change that on the fly for the user. You don't have to worry about it on the receiver side. So let's start with right now we're currently in normal mode. This will be the low pass filter as it's set up on here. You'll notice it doesn't have much bass in the audio to begin with, but it should cut some more of that off, and it should keep out any like ambient noise if you have vibrations or things going on around you, things of that sort. We're now on our -10 dB switch. It's going to kick me down quite a notch here. It's going to drop my audio levels quite a bit. You'll notice the difference there. Again, I'm not changing anything on the gain settings for the PC here. And now we're on the -10 dB plus low pass filter. So those are just a couple of cycling options. They seem to work really well when I was doing my testing and playing with it. It didn't seem like I had any issues. The -10 dB seemed to work pretty accurately from what I noticed. I would have it around, between 10 and 0 for my standard range. And then with the -10 dB, you'd see it at, between 20 and 10, etc. So I haven't really noticed much there. And the bass roll-off is actually, again, kind of nice in a situation like this if you're in a noisy type environment, helping keep some of those sounds out or things like that. And if you accidentally bump it with your clothes or something like that, it could help keep some of that noise out as well. Additionally, on the opposite side of the unit, you do have a mute feature, which again is nice if you want to keep it on. I don't really, the boot up time on the device isn't that long, so I wouldn't see a difference between actually flipping and muting it. But again, it's a feature that's nice to have. I would have liked to have seen maybe like a push button mute potentially or something along that line versus a toggle slider, but I didn't think it was that big of an issue. Seems to work okay there. The power source that you use for both of these units are AA batteries, so you will need 2 AA's in the transmitter, 2 AA's in the receiver, and that's how these guys will operate. It's kind of nice in a pinch. You don't have to deal with rechargeable batteries. You can just swap and go. There is a battery indicator light on the units, so you know how much power you have left. You can kind of tell the setup there and see how everything's working. To me, rechargeable batteries are such a trade-off because they're nice to have because you're not always buying more batteries. But again, if it's proprietary and you have to buy extra batteries that match it, or if you're trying to, swap batteries on the fly and you don't have any charge and you can't throw in a set of AA's or fresh batteries in there to make it work for you. So I actually do like the option. While I don't like throwing away batteries, I do like the option of using standard batteries because you can always find a pair if you're out on the go and you don't necessarily have another one charged available. And again, if you're that big into rechargeable batteries, just buy a nice set of rechargeable AA's, throw them in here, let them run your system, keep them charged all the time, keep a couple sets charged, and then you should be good to go and you shouldn't have any issues there. As far as portability and traveling, I think Maono designed this to be a really lightweight kit. Again, it has 3.5mm jacks to work with all of your devices. You can throw this on a cell phone if you wanted to. You could hook this up to a DSLR camera. You could plug this into a laptop, things like that. The transmitter side, which is currently hooked up to my interface over here, has the ability to pretty much hook into anything. It also has a live monitoring option, so you can plug headphones into it, and if you have a cameraman watching your content or listening in, he can listen with the receiver live while you're recording, so you can do sound checks and things like that as well. Sound checks on the go are always nice to be able to have that type of feature and to make sure that you're recording at the levels that you want to be recording at. As far as transporting, it does come with a case. It's nothing super fancy, but still something you like to see because, you know, if you're going to throw these in instead of just throwing them in a bag or something like that, you do have a nice soft case here with foam inserts that come to store all of your transmitter, your receiver, your wires and microphones and everything. So it was nice for Maono to throw that in as well. All in all, what do I think about this wireless lapel microphone system? And I have to say that I'm actually pretty impressed by it. I really think that there's a big market for content creators or streamers that are looking to do like live streaming, IRL streaming, cooking streams, things like that, where they want to be able to move around, still have that same audio level, audio quality moving around. Cooking streams are what really come to my mind, where you could be mobile while you're streaming and not losing or not fighting that background noise all the time from your camera or your microphone being so far away. I think these are great solutions for stuff like that. I think they give you a lot of flexibility, a lot of options. It's just something that I think Maono has come out with, and I don't really know. I haven't really seen very many wireless lapel systems in this price range. So Maono came out right around the $100 mark. I'll have the actual price on Amazon somewhere listed in the video. I'll have a link to the product somewhere down in the description of the video as well. But it just seems like Maono came out with a nice, simple product for an entry-level individual to get. That way, if they wanted to get started in a lapel setup and figure out exactly how it works for them, they could do that, and they're not spending $200, $300, $400 for a wired lapel, let alone, you know, going with a wireless route. So that's going to be pretty much all my review for today. Again, I'm not a huge lapel aficionado. This is actually the first wireless one that I've ever worked with. So I don't really have a whole lot of technical details that I can give you guys or really understand. Again, I'll provide links to all of Maono's technical documents, things like that, down in the description of the video, so check that out. Additionally, if you guys like this video, if this helps you out and gives you a decision on what you kind of want to do with a wireless lapel or something like that, if you were interested in one, I think this is a good starting one myself. I'm going to try to find ways to use it for me and just make it work. So other than that, my name's Chris, the mic guy. Hope you guys like this video. We will check you guys next time.